Well, it was nice while it lasted. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to Timmy Talks. Today we'll be previewing the Chicago Bears matchup with the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's get right into the tail of the tape. So the Bears are now 4-3 after losing to the Ravens last week, and they go against a 3-5 Bengals who lost an absolute shootout to the Jets, 38-39. This Bengals team has been a shell of itself, with Joe Burrow being out with a turf toe. Then they traded for Joe Flacco, who's also now potentially hurt. I'm going into this game with not a lot of hope. The Bears' offense and defense have been very up and down with all the penalties, with all the miscues, with everything that's been happening in the last couple weeks. I think the Bears have a good enough roster and a good enough team where they should be able to beat the Bengals. However, the way they've been playing the last couple weeks, the Bengals can easily beat this Bears team, especially with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins on the offensive side of the ball. Their defense is terrible, but the Bears just keep shooting themselves in the foot, where it doesn't matter if you have a terrible defense. Like, the Bears are going to just hurt itself in confusion and not score points, and that's kind of the problem that I see going into this game. Speaking of the Bears offense, let's just look at the matchup between them and the Bengals defense. So as you can see, the Bengals are currently ranked 32nd in the league. Their key to victory, like what the Bengals defense needs to do, is just keep the Bears out of the end zone. Make the Bears have to kick field goals again and again and again. Make sure that they just get false starts, holding calls, and have Caleb just miss throws. If they're able to do that, the Bengals are going to win this game. It won't even be a problem. Now the Bears' key to victory is going to be not to have any penalties. If they can have a perfect game, they beat this Bengals team. If they don't have any penalties, I feel like they're going to find their way into the end zone a lot more. I feel like they're going to be able to continue drives, and I feel that it's just going to be such a momentum builder for them that they'll be able to carry that throughout the game and beat this Bengals defense. But if they do have penalties, if they continue to have false starts, they're not going to win this game. Plain and simple. It took a last-minute field goal block to beat the Raiders. It took a very shitty Saints team, and it took a game-winning field goal at the end to beat the Commanders with all these mistakes. And those teams, as like we're kind of seeing and feeling out throughout the seasons, aren't great teams. Those are bottom barrel teams in the league this year. So the fact that you're able to win those games is a good thing, but also just kind of like screaming red flag that like you're not going to be able to beat any good teams. We shouldn't be too surprised, because that's kind of the Bears, what we thought we were going to get going into the season. It's a little frustrating that they keep making these same mistakes again and again, which keeps shooting themselves in the foot. Hopefully they eventually get it together. It's a long process, I get that. Growth doesn't happen in 1 week, but ideally you like to see some type of growth. There has been some growth, some good things that have been coming, but also a lot of the bad stuff just hasn't been fixed, or hasn't been getting the progress that we like to see. All right, let's just flip it over to Bears defense side of the ball against the Bengals offense. The Bengals offense is currently ranked 21st in the league. Meanwhile, the Bears defense is 25th. Bengals key to victory: get the ball to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, feed them, force feed them, get them any and every opportunity where they can touch the ball and get yards. You got to give it to them. Bengals offense also has a decent running game, but really their star players are T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. You get them in space, you get them the ball, they're going to be extremely dangerous and do a lot of damage against this Bears defense. The Bears defense is going to be the complete inverse. Stop Jamar Chase and T. Higgins any means necessary. Their secondary is banged up like no other. They just picked up Gardner Johnson, who played with Dennis Allen in the past. He's a slot corner who's going to be replacing Kyler Gordon until the foreseeable future. Not sure when that guy's going to be back. We have to somehow stop Jamar Chase and this passing offense. If Joe Flacco's playing, I'm really scared because that boy can still sling it even though he's like 50 years old. Jake Browning's playing, we have a better chance, we have better odds. Hopefully we're able to kind of heat up the pocket, get pressure on him. But this D-line has just been so bad, just like it creates no pressure whatsoever. Like there's no, we just need help. We need help with the pass rush, and it's not looking good. I'm just not really hopeful. Don't have a lot of expectations going into this game. Some big players are out for the Bears. Swift dealing with a groin injury. He's going to be out this week. So Kyle Monangai is going to be picking up the slack. I'm not even sure who's the second running back after him because Roschon Johnson's also out. Luther Burden with a concussion is going to be out. Kind of expecting bigger things from him, but he's kind of been non-existent in this offense, so not really that big of a concern. Cole Kmet is back though. Rome was put on the injury report, but he's going to be playing. DJ as well. Stevenson's back, so hopefully that helps our secondary. And then for the Bengals, Trey Henderson, their big-time DN, is doubtful for the game. That'll be huge for the Bears. Joe Flacco is questionable. Not sure if he's going to be able to play or not. Given the Bears' pass rush, I feel like he'll feel comfortable out there just because I bet he believes that he won't get hit a lot. And then everyone else, I'm not 100% sure who or what they are on the Bengals, so I'm not even going to talk about them anymore. Let's get into the bets. Now, I'm not a gambling man because if you've been paying attention the last couple weeks, I fucking suck at this shit. But we're just going to keep on trying until we hit gold, you know? So currently the Bears are 2.5-point favorites over the Bengals, and the over-under line is 51.5. I am hitting the under, and also I believe that the Bears will cover. It doesn't feel good. I feel like, honestly, in my guts, in my loins, I feel like the Bengals are going to win this game. They're at home. Bears are on the road. The Bears haven't been playing well at all on the road. And they just don't, I don't have any confidence in them. With Swift out, maybe Kyle Monangai has an amazing game, but I just don't see it happening. For the bets, man, I don't even know what you even bet in this game. Loveland, no. I can't see, you can't even bet the tight ends. Like, what the hell do you even bet on this offense? You can't even bet on their defense. There's nothing I feel confident throwing money at. So I would honestly avoid this game at all costs. If you do want some prop bets, I think Rome is good for 4 more catches again. Caleb loves him. His heel is kind of a problem, but apparently he's been dealing with that throughout the whole year. So if that's the case, then you gotta kind of just gotta trust that he's gonna continue to catch the ball. DJ is gonna be good for over 40 again this week. Kyle Monangai, whatever his yards are, if that line's sitting at 50 and under, I would smash the over. I think Kyle Monangai is going to have a pretty good game against this defense. The way he runs the ball and the way our offensive line has been blocking on the outside zone, outside run schemes, I think he's going to be due for about 60 to 80 yards. That's kind of like where I'm thinking he's going to land this week. And I think he'd be good for a touchdown too. I think if we get close enough and we don't get any bad penalties, that he'll be able to run it in for one. So that's probably the most confident. Our tight ends are needed for pass blocking and just blocking in general, so they don't get a lot of catches. If you are going to bet one of the tight ends, I'd bet Loveland for 2 or more catches. That is the extent I would go for that. I want the Bears to cover, but I just don't. I really believe that the Bengals are going to win this game. So I say the Bengals cover. All right, let's get into the score predictions. All right, I fucking hate doing this because it doesn't feel good, but I just think it is what it is. The Bears this week, they're going to come out, probably score 24 points. And the Bengals are going to be high-flying, high-shooting, Jamar Chase, 2-3 touchdowns. They'll probably end up with like 33. So the Bears 24, Bengals 33. If this actually happens, the Bears media is going to fucking kill Caleb Williams. They're going to crucify him on the stake. And it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be good. Hoping that they prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong. But I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. All right. Well, thank you all so much for watching. If you made it this far, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, bear down, Chicago Bears.